someplace that I trust. That I can be here doing a radio show, and I know that I don't have a group of people stealing and pillaging from people.
Certainly. You have a lot of little Matt Gibbs working for you.
That's exactly right. Now I got a little Joey Gibbs working for me too.
Right.
Boss Junior's there now.
Well, and he's molded in Dad's likeness. So
well, he's getting there.
He's getting there. Good morning. You're on with Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Auto.
Good morning, Matt, Tom. It's Sonny calling. I can tell you for a fact that I went to Matt, Sunrise Auto. I thought for sure I needed brakes. This was on my Pontiac Vibe. And to my surprise, I didn't need brakes. It was just, I don't know, the fact that the caliber may have been dirty or something, or the rotor or whatever. And Matt sent me on my way. And I went like a whole year before I wound up going back, or more than a year before I wound up going back for a brake job. To me, that's worth more than gold. And the fact that I know I can bring my cars there, and I'm not going to be giving the old rope-a-dope trick. It's going to be an honest evaluation and what I need. And the last thing I think I got from you guys was a battery. I didn't even look at it because I know Matt's going to do the right thing and put a better to excellent battery in my car. So that's the kind of business Matt runs, and I can tell you I've worked on my own cars for years. I took a '73 Pontiac that was getting 10 miles to the gallon around town, and I got that thing going so it was getting 15 miles to the gallon.
Well, Sonny, you don't need Matt Gibbs.
Yeah.
You can work on your own car. You don't need Matt Gibbs.
Yeah, I do. I don't bend the way I used to.
Look, I'm in my middle 50s, and I don't bend the way I used to, Sonny, so I understand exactly what you're saying, sir.
Have a good day, and thanks again, Matt, and thanks for WOCA for putting Matt on the air. And it's to me, it's been nothing but a good experience. So, and I've had a few of them, even with a local dealer. Have a great day.
Thanks for the call, Sonny.
Thanks, Sonny.
Yeah, but that's the kind of advertisement you need.
That's it.
Right there.
And how do you get that advertisement? You do that by treating people like in the radio. Okay, so
right.
I had a radio station. I don't know which one it was. And they call like during the holidays and say, "Hey, we're running a special for the holiday ad." You're right.
Right, I know.
And he says, and you can thank your customers, your family, your friends.
Right.
Okay. So who do I got to thank? My customers, families, and friends.
That's
my customers are my families and friends.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's there's not.
They're not separate.
No, it's all one.
Well, truth be told, and Matt knows this. He's not what Matt says. Matt's a guy that says, look, if you got a mechanic or a place you trust, and they do good by you, I'm not trying to steal business.
Nope.
I'm trying to earn business.
Yes.
Okay. I have a place that we've talked about numerous times that I take my vehicle to. I got a good relationship with the two guys. We talk sports and everything. I've been out drinking with them a couple times. They're buddies of mine.
Right.
And they do me a very good solid. But along the same way that Sonny said, the way you're talking, how he needed brakes, but he didn't need brakes, and he went a year. I recently went in and go, and I even told you that I vibrate when I'm slowing down, coming off the interstate enough, it vibrates. The steering wheel doesn't and it's warped rotors. Because I've got them hot, run through some water puddles in Florida, it happens.
Right.
So last time I went in, I go, look, these warped rotors, we need to do something. He goes, you got 40% brake pad. He goes, if you can live with that vibration for a little while longer, there's no reason to do these rotors right now and have to come back and do the brake pads, and you may have done some damage to the rotors that we just put on by that time, or something. He goes, you got 40% brake pad. It's not snatching the wheel out of it because the wheel doesn't vibrate or anything.
Right.
He goes, just leave it alone. You'll be in a couple months anyway to get new brakes. Do it then. And I hadn't thought about that. But that's the same type of advice you'd give somebody, like you did Sonny. You're like, Sonny, you don't need new brakes. You got one little problem here. Come back in a year when you need brakes. We'll
Right.
put brakes on.
Yeah.
And that's how you keep people coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a gentleman come in for a job, and I was looking for a technician, and this guy comes into my office and he says, "Hey man, I can do you $900 brake jobs a day." Really?
Why the hell would you want that many?
I said, I go, "You could do me $900 brake jobs a day?" Yeah. And he came from another big store. I said, "Okay."
A bait and switch store.
Yeah. So I said, "Man, I got to run out in the shop. I'll be back in a few minutes."
Did you ever go back?
No. I mean, I finally did. I mean,
And he was
hours
gone,
later.
so
Oh
he-
yeah, he didn't. Yeah, we just don't operate that way, and,
No.
and we never have. We never will. And I don't care how bad it gets. You know, this new guy that we just hired. You know, he made a comment the other day. He's like, "These people trust you." He said, I've never seen people like your people." I said, "Because we treat them right."
See, and I grew up in a service station environment. My dad, I've said it numerous times, my dad did me the best service and best dish service in the world, but by not wanting me to be a knuckle buster. But he shut everything down. He wouldn't let me go in the garage and learn how to fix bicycles, small engines, nothing. When he was working on engines, get out of here. This ain't your job. But you're a smart kid. You're not going to bust your knuckles all your life. So now I'm mechanically inclined as a 2-year-old. I mean, literally, I have a sign that I have to tap con a screw into the wall in the front of my house. I don't think I have the right tool for it. I mean, literally, I think I have to get my buddy to come down from his house with the right drill to put this tap con drill in a concrete wall, block wall. That's how unmechanic. Now I know it needs a tap con screw. I know what it takes to put a tap con screw in. I don't have anything to do it right. Nothing. So that's how mechanically inclined I am because of my father. But my father was one of the most respected mechanics in all of Jacksonville. People would I vividly remember a man brought a Duster, Plymouth Duster, from Volano Beach on a car hauler. "Smitty, listen to this." Daddy said something. He said, "Well, it looks like you got something." He told him something about some gas flow or something. Guy goes, "I hadn't even thought about that. Here's $20, Smitty." Took it back to his shop and fixed it. Come back in a couple weeks later, said that was the problem, fixed it and everything. And $20 in 1972, 1973.
That was some real money.
That was real money.
Yeah.
And people would pay my dad $15, $20. "Smitty, listen to this car. Tell us what's going on with it." Other mechanics. That's how good he was at his job and how well trusted he was in the community. He did the work for Joe Forche, who was president of the city council of Jacksonville. Dale Carson, who was the sheriff. My dad did all his work. Matter of fact, back then, my dad actually worked on the sheriff's department on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department cars. They would bring the cars. There was no motor pool at the sheriff's department. They brought him to dad to work on because he was he was a trusted guy. And I see you sometimes. Now I haven't seen it recently. I hadn't looked, but sometimes I've seen in your parking lot first responder vehicles and stuff like that you work on.
Yep.
That's a trust.
Yep.
When you're working on those type vehicles, people trust you and trust what you do.
Yeah, I'm proud of what our company's turned into. It's just so much more than just fixing cars, you know.
And you also, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of the car lots, a lot of the used car lots around here, when they say this has been checked, that we've got a 50-point check or 70-point check, they think the car lot did that. In actuality, Sunrise Auto did that for the car lot.
Well,
You have partnerships with car lots around
yeah,
town.
with a couple. I
Right.
had a lot more, but because of their integrity and who the car lot is,
Right.
I had to ask them. I can't do this.
I can't lie for you.
Right.
But there are still some very reputable
Yep.
businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, you do one for a certain guy that's a big basketball fan and got angry that CF canceled basketball. And his daughters are really, really good at volleyball. And his first name's Chris. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was just over at Prestige right before I came here.
I can get over there and see Chris. I hadn't saw him in a while, and I need a car lot on the radio or something. Chris, you're making plenty. His daughters are really good at volleyball, too. Not a nicer guy either. Just a nice guy. Really nice
And they
guy.
have, and I love partnering up with people that care about people,
Yeah.
And so yeah. We got another one that just moved into town, too, that is really good, the way that they treat their folks. Makes it
Blue and orange?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the general manager real well. He plays trivia on Tuesday nights at my trivia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working. I'm talking to him too. Try to get him, that's the thing right now, because you need affordable cars, because cars are not affordable right now.
No.
I literally, like, you shocked me 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. You shocked me, and it kept me from. I was going to cancel my insurance coverage down to liability, PIP, and uninsured motors. I was going to get rid of collision and all that.
Yeah, don't do that.
And because I thought my car was worth about $3,500. Well, you pulled it up. You go, no, it's not. And you told me how much it was worth. If I got in a wreck or a tree branch fell or something, I would be out a vehicle that was worth that much money. I don't have that kind of money to replace it.
Right.
So I kept my full coverage just because of the price cars are at right now. I just saw a Corvette that was advertised on Facebook Marketplace. Okay? It's a 2020 LZ, ZL1, whatever that engine is, the thing. Got all the bells and whistles on it. $120,000. They're willing, for all you do is get bank approval to take over their payments. $1,250 a month. Huh?
Not me.
Not me. $1,250 a month. And that's a Corvette, but there are trucks out there that are $100,000 now.
That's right.
I mean, I can't find a truck. I've been looking for a truck just to keep my interest peaked. I'm not going to buy one because my vehicle's paid for and it's running well, so there's no reason to buy a vehicle. I don't have a boat to put in the water, and if I got a truck, it would be just to put a boat in the water. So you got to kind of get the boat first before you get the truck, But I look at trucks. 2 years ago, you could go on any of these used car lots and buy a truck that was 2 or 3, 4 years old with less than 50,000 miles on it. Get them between $19,000 and $30,000 all day. You ain't touching one for $34,000, $35,000 at the least.
Nope. I think I don't know if I told you or not. I was at the auction a couple weeks ago. There was a 2015 Chevrolet 25. Was it Chevrolet either 15 2500 with 225,000 miles?
I bet it sold for $10,000 at the auction.
The floor bid. I got it, and I could prove it. I took a picture of it.
Right.
The floor bid at the time I took the picture was $30,000.
200,000 miles.
225.
Yeah.
That truck sold for $31,800.
And not a collector's item.
No.
Just
a 2015 Chevrolet truck.
Wow. That's
with 225,000 miles.
Wow. Makes you want to keep you convinced when you and I talked off the air. What convinced me, my wife has been telling me there's no need, we got it paid for, just keep it right. And you convinced me, you're like, okay, so you got to replace the brakes, a blower motor. I told you all the things I've had to replace in the last 3 years. You go, how much that cost? I go, about $3,800. And you go, what were your payments on it? I go, $420. You went, okay, $420. You spent $3,800. Well, in 10 months of that car payment, you have spent more than you would in the 3 years you've spent to work on the car. And that my wife had been trying to tell me the same thing, but she didn't put it out there that succinctly. And it hit me. I was like, yeah, I've done 3 years of less than 10 months of car payments in 3 years. There's really no need to get another car payment.
Nope.
It's really no need.
Man, I tell you what, me and my wife, we worked real hard.
Not to have a car payment.
Not to have a car payment. And we just.
Well, you don't even have a car.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. I don't own a car, but she does.
Yeah. The company owns cars, but you don't own a car.
Well, the company, yeah, one of my other companies owns a car.
Matt, tell people where you're at and how they can find you.
You can give me a call at 352-690-1993, or just come by and see us. And when you come by and see us, look at the big sign out there in front of the building.
Take note. That's all he's saying.
That's all I'm saying.
Take note.
You can come by at 1800 Northwest 10th Street, and that's where we'll be.
We got 10 seconds. Did you ever go talk to the electric guy across the street?
No, I did not.
Go talk to him. You told us you were going to talk to him and come back.
Okay.
Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Auto. He joins us every Tuesday, 10 o'clock. Auto repair with personal care from Sunrise Auto. We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Yeah.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala.